right away. And also, I want to mention, just for the viewers at home, the only team that Intertus have managed to beat has been SG Esports in a 2-0 stomp fashion. So that, you know, SA is just strange in that regard because, for instance, Omega, they lost against the Ravens and the Dreamers, but they did beat No Ping and Wolf Team previously as one of the only teams. So like both these teams are all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know if you see my comment on Twitter about how the Division 2 is working. Like, there's not a single team that from Division 2 that goes to the Division 1 without losing a single game. Like, since the DPC just started. And this shows up how hard this region is actually. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows what everyone wants to play, and the players and the coaches and everyone behind the scenes are so involved with the South America scene that this make the Division 2 extremely harder. In my opinion, I think Division 2 here on the SA, it's by far the most difficult on the planet right now. And the fact that everyone loses to everyone and we don't have like, okay, these guys are beating everyone else, or okay, these guys are going to lose. This makes everything so unpredictable. Everything so, what's the word? Volatile. I think that's the word.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Like, it's a beauty to behold the massive difference between some regions, the players in those regions. For instance, let's talk about Southeast Asia. You've got Resurgence. They 7-0'd their Division 2 Talon. The only game they lost was against Resurgence. But that is nowhere to be seen on the side of SA. Like, everyone taking down each other. They know each other. You've got incredible counter-stratting in that regard as well coming through. And just... honestly, high-level performance for most of these teams. I am seeing something that I don't like, though. That is Omega, I think, are playing with a sub.
10 seconds.
Don Pachanga, it's the sub.
5 seconds left.
Let me see here. Let me check. They're replacing Chen?
That seems so.
The big Dazzle player?
Well, luckily so.
Wasn't Chen the drafter too of Omega?
I actually have no clue.
I think he was a drafter.
Well, they have, according to Wikipedia, they have a coach. So I assume the coach is the drafter.
Yeah, like, it makes no difference now.
I mean, they started, they pick up DK Hoodwink. Hey, we can draft, easy.
Yeah.
What heroes do we pick? DK Hoodwink, Tiny, you know, just go with the flow with the rest of what all the teams are picking.
Turn to ban.
You know what's funny? Like, we have Tiny being first pick most of the games here on SA Dota. But on Europe, like, people don't care about Tiny. If you see the games from Division 1, they don't pick and they don't ban Tiny on the first phase. It's funny how they value this hero here. And we see Duza pick.
We did just see a series where the Tiny did Stomp twice in a row. But yeah, there's definitely like counters to it. You've got the TA safe lane. Medusa is pretty decent
5 seconds left.
in that regard. But Tiny's always, you know, flexible enough to swap towards mid, which I currently prefer on the hero. But I also like SG's choice here of banning the Jamari Foker, which is a very smart choice. He absolutely dominates on the hero.
Yeah. You gotta ban this Invoker, and seems like this Dusa pick, 15 Dusa pick, but the fact that they just ban Invoker gives a big margin to pick Dusa, and I don't think you want to pick anti-mage right now, having Tiny on the team. You can flex a Tiny to mid, like you said, but
Dyer's turn to pitch.
I don't think you want to do this on the 6th and 7th pick to deal with this Dusa. And you have Pango. It's a nice hero.
Good lockdown against the Dusa if you get Link build. Also slightly flexible in that
10
regard.
seconds. Radiant's turn to pitch.
What? Okay, the Grimstroke's actually an interesting choice because it's a counter to the enemy picking Grimstroke.
Yeah, it's good. It's good against Dusa too. I like this Pango pick because the diffuser now is really cheap, and we've seen some offlaners just going straight
5
diffuser on the
seconds
lane, like
left.
Brown Boots and diffuser, and just destroying the game. Pango with Grims is a great combination too. Like just ink swell, roll in, someone's going to die, 100%.
Do you think Omega need a saving support? Like an Abaddon, for instance, to keep the Dusa alive? Or more of an aggressive, lane-dominating support?
I think maybe Shadow Demon here it's okay. Like you can cover Dusa, you have the illusions, you have how to dispel Dusa, what is a really big deal. They have Bane, what is decent against Dusa because of the Enfeeble. I think Shadow Demon is a pretty decent pick here. They can go for Abaddon, but the lane is going to be trash, I think. If they pick Abaddon, they are going to just lose the lane hard. I think.
It's Dyer's band now.
Okay, you have Ogre.
Oh, nice buffer added for the Dusa, I guess. Also, front lines nicely and keeps everyone away, but with SG's heroes right now up against Omegas, do you feel that this is gonna be the Parker safe lane Tiny, or are they still gonna flex it around a little bit to see if they can find a hero? Because
Dyer's turn to
the Tiny versus Dusa matchup is not very Tiny favored.
I don't know if Parker plays Sniper, but it seems like a pretty decent Sniper game. Sniper carry against Tuesday. Sniper one is the biggest carders of Tuesday. The Omega just banned PL, Anti-Mage, and TB, who are really carriers against Tuesday. I think they need to flex this Tiny for mid.
10 seconds.
The problem is I don't know what's the
5
entire
seconds
pool of Parker. I know he plays TA and TB, stuff like that.
Morphling.
But yeah, Morphling. But this anti-carry stuff, like you have Intertus liking to do, going for Landruid, Sniper, Arc Warden, Chamber Carry. I don't know if he does this kind of heroes, but I think it's a great Sniper game. Sniper Carry. You have absolutely no one to jump Sniper. I mean, they can last pick the mid laner to jump, but I think they have pretty solid ways to deal and protect the Sniper.
They
What do you
banned
think?
out the Lesh themselves. And there's the Morphling ban for, against Parker. But they banned out the Lesh on the side of SG. Do you think that is just a targeted ban towards Jmari, or more like they want something illusion based?
They already have DK, and DK is a great push. It's a great pusher. When you have DK and Lash on the same team, you have to always
5 seconds
beware of the
left.
towers. And on this patch, if you lose the towers pretty soon, like the game is almost over. I think it's a way to just protect the game, and Jmar just spams the hero too. Like just make sure don't lose all the towers, and you ban a hero that you know your opponent does really well. And Void pick. I don't know. They don't have chrono damage.
Well, unless the Tiny, of course, goes for like an Axe.
10 seconds.
Which they don't really.
It's not going to happen.
Hey, it was a classic. It was like
Left.
a while ago. It can come back, I believe.
Choose your hero.
No, man. You're dreaming too much.
Zero faith from this guy. Zero.
This build is dead.
Bring it back to
Tiny, man.
life.
Like Void can't chrono DK. DK is the worst
I'm no techno
target
wizard,
possible
nothing.
for a chrono.
I think that
He needs to go
plane
for
just
Duza
disconnected.
and Storm. And the problem is, if he chronos Duza, you need Tiny to jump after the chrono ends. If Void chrono Duza full HP, I don't think he can just one-shot Duza at all. Full HP and full mana. So you need a combo before or after the chrono, and you need everyone to cast something inside the chrono to kill this Duza.
And they don't have that much, as you mentioned. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of is the case here. So, I mean,
Welcome back to the war. Is it
looking
everything
at this
prepared?
draft, these picks, these heroes, do you think the Faces Void is enough, or do you think Omega has them completely caught?
They have many ways to deal with Omega's draft. Like they have the grip with the soulbind, they have the roll, the jumps, and the chrono. But when Duza just got farmed like Scotty Butterfly, what I think is going to happen in this game, because they need to commit a lot to kill Duza. I don't think they have many ways to win the game. So I think the win probability is going to be on Omega's side. But I think if SG manage to play really fast and just going forward and make sure they cast the spells right and they kill the right targets, like they manage to kill Storm before the fight begins, or you have a nice 3-man chrono, they can win the game. But SG needs to play really fast.
So they're on a, well, very likely that they're on a timer. But what would the timer be, do you think? Like 25 minutes, or do they have a little bit more stretch?
I think 25 is a good number. If you go more than that, the game is going to be a little more complicated for SG.
I do like the fact that this is a position for Grimstroke. That means you always have, like, in the back of your mind that possibility to get the Aghanim Scepter, the Dark Portrait, which is very nice against the Dusa. I mean, that's literally my favorite thing about the Grimstroke hero. I love his Ags.
The problem with this hero in the position forward is like his spells cost too much mana. Like Inkswell, it's 120 mana on level 1, and the Stroke of Fate, it's 100 mana. It's too much mana on the lane phase, and this hero is kind of how can I say, if you don't cast your spells right on the lane phase, the game's going to be a disaster if you lose the lane. Because you spend too much mana doing stuff.
And you're laning against an ogre. Like, he's just gonna walk after you, ignite, walk in, hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it does
it's
seem
pretty
to be their
boring.
substitute. Okay, so it is Namikaze, which is their substitute for Chan. Okay. He just has a weird name in the lobby, and I still have no idea why that exactly is. But this is his professional name.
It's non Pachanga. Pog. Jimari Storm.
I mean, Storm is so good right now, especially considering, like, it's the... Most Storms go for, like, Ags at 3rd item-ish timing, and the level 25 talent of the Overload attack bounce. Like, you can wipe teams out alone, which is remarkable on the hero.
Yeah. This Overload, it's broken. This talent is 100% broken, and when the shard just come to Jota, everyone would gain these Overload charges for free. It was crazy. Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, we're not the TV. A small swear every now and then can just fly right through.
Yeah, sorry.
Lengthy pause though. I mean, SA fashion. Last series started like 35 minutes before it was initially supposed to start. Of course, there was a little bit of a Dota patch coming in, or well, just some changes to the coordinator because Valve times it always perfectly. But yeah, this time
Bob
around,
just loves
not so.
SA daughter. They're just planning. Every time. You know what gets me in the nerves? Like, every open qualifier, there was a big patch. Every SA Dota qualifier that was going to happen, we had a patch. We had times on the qualifier that the patches got in the middle of the qualifier. Like, you just play on a patch, then updates the Dota, and it's another patch. Like, this is so sad for players.
True, but isn't Valve based in NA as well? In what's that? I've seen it, so I assume they just do push the patch every single time they just ready. They're like awake. Okay, we finished the patch. Okay, push it, and they don't really look at what, when, where, except for like the big, gigantic, massive patches. But you don't get to see those more than. Well, if you're lucky, you get to see those twice a year.
We didn't see a big patch for like a year, maybe. It's a long time we don't see a big patch. Like, with changes on the map, cool new stuff, you have always fixes and small changes. I don't think the last patch was a big patch though. They just changed the jungle, but nothing else. The game's still the same.
Well, the tier 1 tower's position swap is actually very annoying for the Radiant.
Yeah, but I don't know. The game's still the same. It's kind of boring.
Hey,
there's
they
people
added
saying
Primal Beast.
yeah, the most absolutely broken hero that got buffed for 3 patches in a row. I don't know, man. This hero's like 60% win rate on Dota 2 Pro Tracker.
Yeah, and right now Marcy's absolutely garbage, which is sad. Because I was
thanks.
Bring that hero to
I hate Marcy.
I wanted to see pros play Marcy in an actual pro setting. I was looking forward towards just the nastiness that the hero brings in the laning stage.
Pay attention now.
Yeah, that should be a freebie. Very slowly. Parker's like, I want the kill.
Oh.
Leap. And force the level leap because of it. So that's nice for Parker, getting first blood. I mean, he needs to get pretty fat this game if he wants to deal with the Dusa.
Yeah.
Storm Tiny mid matchup. Which side do you think that is favored towards?
If Tiny just managed to nuke Storm before he gets level 4, he can solo Storm pretty easily. But I don't think Jamar is going to commit this mistake. He's going just to push the lane and make sure he nukes Tiny like he's doing right now, and going to farm the small camp.
Which is counter-worded. Smart enough. They didn't do that on the side of Omega. Last series, the Interta series, 3 games in a row, both teams did not counter-word each other's small camp, which was very surprising.
There's a couple mid laners on this patch that you need to block the small camp. If you don't block the small camp on the top,
Bliss DK doesn't have a point in Dragon Blood, so right now he is an easy target. And Parker went for the time dilation, which is very annoying to deal with as well. In the the value point.
This is kind of new because I think he managed to see an opportunity to kill DK, and he sees that DK just got the stun, and the slow just was enough to kill him. So smart decision from Parker. It's not usual, but work it out.
Deep lane getting pulled back. Top lane looking pretty decent. Bottom, LTH got pretty low because Namikaze is just, you know, an ogre running in. Hits him with the ignite. Fire blast. Pure harass coming out from an int hero. Ogre is so annoying to lane against. Like, there's very little that you can most of the... Unless you go for, like, a Viper, you pretty much get ran down.
Yeah, there isn't many options to deal with Ogre on the lane of sports. Like, if you don't pick, like, Enchantress or Viper, like you say, it's these kind of broken heroes on the lane, Ogre is just extremely annoying. On top again?
Dark Demon, the slow is nasty, though Parker should not dive underneath the tower, but Ouija will be able to regardless get the kill secured, and that top lane is struggling, giving Parker a pretty good time. Doesn't have the most last hits though, but J-Mari makes up for that by having a ton of denies and last hits in mid.
They're just destroying top. I don't think they're supposed to DK and Hoodwink lose this lane so hard.
I guess that's the time dilation value point coming into play. Hoodwink, of course, has 2 spells, making it even deadlier.
But I'm worth so much more.
And J-Mari, yeah, not... It's so strange. He doesn't even have that the access to the small camp, and J-Mari is still, like, dominating that mid lane matchup. So all these creep kills are just lane creeps.
It's the way he's playing, like, he just going forward, using static to push the lane and nuke Tiny. Like, Tiny needs to commit to focus, so it's hard for him not to get hit by these static remnants because of the range too. And J-Mari, it's just abusing this. Smart decision.
Well, it's looking a little bit... I mean, J-Mari favored. Though, to be fair, you know, expected that from the get-go, didn't you? Pico, top lane, bottom lane, dropping pretty low. LTH actually going in with the inks while trying to get Namikaze. They find Parker in the top in the meantime. Namikaze will die, but Hiko taken down in return, and that is not a favorable trade because the experience does go to the Dusa.
On top?
Are they going for more? Okay, Reach caught out as well, but it's still a bait. Parker is top net worth with J-Mari third. They're going in for the kill onto Lissex. Time dilation, slow, not going to be nearly enough to take down a DK with 2 points in Dragon Blood and honestly a pretty decent amount of HP. LTH is towards mid. J-Mari going for the KXY damage, but with LTH popping up, the silence comes out and the storm. Can he get away? The zip just barely to the high ground. Will be able to disengage from the area in the nick of time. Kind of needs either the rune right now, which should be defended by his teammates, or someone needs to TP. And J-Mari does need to be careful against Weech. Oh, dodge, 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 dodge. Oh, J-Mari. He's got them quick feet. He's going back in on KXY. No!
Oh.
Into the avalanche he goes, and that should be a double kill coming in for the side of SG.
If he were more patient, I think he would manage to kill both. But was really anxious here. Just go back a little, use the bottle, take a breath, then jump in. But clutch play. He tried.
He tried. That's worth
yeah.
something at the very least.
Yeah.
J-Mari at least now has a full bottle. And will continue to farming. Ingati is top net with on the Dusa. Honestly not being harassed at all. And that is completely because Namikaze on the Ogre did tons of harassment work. Make sure the lane gets one.
Yeah, when you pick heroes like Dusa, you need to make sure your position 5 guarantees that you're just going to farm without any concerns, you know.
Oh, he goes, dropping pretty low. Inkswell comes out onto Mingati. There is no mana on the Dusa. But yeah, that shield crash damage reduction is a saving grace. So they rotate Parker down. He's got the Chrono. They're looking for a kill. They also have, well, he goes very close to his Rolling Thunder. But Parker is looking for Mingati. Nice stun from Namikaze, making sure that the Dusa gets behind the tower and can get the TP towards top to completely dodge Parker in that regard.
Really soon rotation by Parker. Just making sure Dusa don't stay on bottom anymore and they press the tower. But Dusa just replicates the same movement and go top. I think they want to defend top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If they manage to delay the tower to go down, it's really good for them. Yeah, they want to delay top. The tiny TP in top.
Dire's top
Oh, he's coming in for the
Dusa is going to
Dusa.
die. Oh my god.
Oh, Widge? Okay. That just barely went well.
tower's about to be Radiant's
Uh,
top rubble.
Oh, this is terrible for Mingat.
Radiant's bottom tower's still there.
Mid lane, LTH gets kill onto Dark Demon, who I don't know why he was there, but he was. And KXY rotates back towards mid. Yeah, that was a pretty important double kill for SG. Though net worth wise, they're still pretty close between the two teams. Mainly because the supports of Omega are farming nicely. Hiko with Rolling Thunder going in for Lissix. They need a TP who's going to join. LTH TPs, but he TPs into the trees and it takes a while to get there. Lissix, swift feet dodging Hiko's Rolling Thunder completely. And that is the gank attempt failed. However, Dark Demon is also joining top, so this could get pretty deadly in return. Oh, nice. Still gets the mini stun off, but Dark Demon is pretty scary. Bushwhack. LTH held in place. DK stun. Find the Grim.
Oh, it's not feeling the love.
Have Void free farming bottom. Have Dusa farm the triangle.
Speaking of which, we
Oh,
just
think you'll juice
pissing them
again?
off. Oh, KXY coming in. Avalanche.
This is so
toss.
big. Oh my god. Dusa is really sad right now.
Yeah, that's 2 kills, and Weege is the one that starts them both off. Great positioning coming out. Looking for the Nightmare. Doesn't have the mana for the Fiend's Grip, otherwise he could have gone for a nasty play, but Weege will die. At least keeps KXY in safe place.
Yeah, just check it out. Dusa TP top in order to try to take the tower because Void TP bottom. Void managed to still farm bottom and farm all the jungle. Then Dusa dies again the triangle and the tower is not dead on top. This is the worst situation possible for this Dusa.
Radiant's
And now
bottom
Dusa
tower
needs to
is
go
under
back
attack.
bottom. That's
Dire's
the
top
region that
tower ain't
she doesn't want to
power
play
no more.
because you don't have the Ancient here. Because it's too dangerous to play top. And now you have Parker, who's 1k, 1k leading the net worth on Dusa, in front of Dusa. That will have Diffuser. Then I think they're going to smoke and try to kill this Dusa again.
Yeah,
Smart play by SG.
they are heading top. Invis rune on KXY. Weege is honestly like the Bane is nasty. It is one of his comfort heroes.
Middle tower is under attack.
And you can definitely see why he just doesn't really care even if he dies on the enemy's high ground. But they are getting aggressive right now, heading through towards mid. Can they find a nice freebie?
Dire's middle tower's in
They are
trouble.
making sure that they're all grouped and guarding. Look at this. Namikaze and Dark Demon both just blocking every entrance towards Mingati.
Yeah, they want to make sure Dusa doesn't die again. Like you can afford
Jimari.
this.
There's the
Oh.
blink reveal.
Yeah, Jimari needs an infused raindrop. Urgent. You have Diffusion on Void. I thought in the beginning of the game that he was going Madness and Diffuser, but the problem with this build is like you just die. You can't survive. So he's going Manta and Diffuser. But the problem with this build too, you don't farm too much on bottom.
Oh no, Inkswell toss up. They're all caught together. And the roll on top. Lissix did not expect 5 dire heroes in the area.
And a free double kill for Parker. Nice move by SG again.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
And still, 10 kills ahead. And net worth is less than 1,000 in advantage for SG.
Tower needs a hand.
Yeah, mainly because DK had a... He managed to get the top tower. This helped. This just helped a lot. Omega and Storm just destroy mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Jimari 2
Who's
deaths,
struggling?
still A-okay. I mean, Hiko is also kind of struggling on the Pangolier. He's going for his own defusal, so you're going to have 2 defusals on the side of SG to try and deal with the Dusa. And yeah, she died twice, but honestly, it's still a Dusa. It farms nicely while the rest of the team plays distraction. Lissex gets taken down by KXY. They're going to find Dark Demon. Actually, they toss them up together, going in with the Avalanche. Chrono onto 2. Jemari is dead. Namikaze next with the Inkswell stun. And SG are just roaming around as a unit, and they keep finding everything. I love that KXY tosses them on top of each other so Parker can get the chrono.
Yeah, nice move. Parker just goes walking from bottom to mid. Just uses chrono. And the way SG is playing the map right now is really smart. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 deep wards. 3 deep wards actually. You have one behind the tier 2 top. You have one on the bottom side of the map on the lane. And you have this one on the river, making sure... Oh, Juice is dead again.
And they tried to go for Parker at the same time, but Parker, he's got that nice little time walk disengage, so he gets out. And they fail the gank attempt on towards him, and yeah, this is looking rough for Omega.
They are failing to protect this Juice, or she was just far enough. Like, she just died in the jungle. I think he was really far. Like, supports can't do that much when you're farming the dire jungle as it is.
Especially considering Tiny's got the blink. You're playing against a Bane, which in general is already horrible if you get caught out. Kind of need to play very defensive, but the problem is there's not too much farm for your team if you play defensive. At that point, you only have the Dusa farming and the rest of the team just going broke.
But that's the main strat with Dusa. You get Dusa a lot of farm. But she's dying too much. Like, she's dying and they are losing towers. SG didn't lose a middle tower until now, and it's a big deal for them.
Well, they are looking for more. Lissex is done with the blink. And goes in aggressively onto a little bit too many enemies. Probably didn't see everyone there. Soulbind gets thrown out. Doesn't connect just yet. Rolling Thunder from Hiko. Going in for the damage. Double Fiend's Grip holding them in place. But it does get interrupted. They find a kill regardless because KXY is on the back end. 3 kills secured for the side of SG and they win another big fight. But yeah, that situation, it looks super clowny that he jumps into 4 enemies. But with that high ground ward, he pretty much probably only saw like 1 or maybe 2 in the area. Didn't see 2 die heroes right behind him.
But they had no damage. Like, okay, you're jumping as a DK, but you have no damage. The carry is farming. Storm wasn't that close, I think. Of course, you have the sharpshooter from Hoodwink, the damage, but it's not enough.
We do have another pause though. You know, add them on top of each other because this is getting a little bit too pause heavy. No actual issues on the Omega side of things because want them a nice clean game, though Parker is okay sending out the Manta style recipe. Just needs the ultimate orb, and then in the chrono you have definitely enough damage for the Dusa at this stage in the game to burst down the mana.
I think they're doing what I just said on the draft. Like, they're just playing forward. They are just going, and you have no space to use a farm. So when you applying this pressure on the map and you make sure the enemy carry is not farming, like with these big heroes, Dusa, TB, Morphlin, the game it's mega sad for these carries. Like, because you don't have space, you don't have where to go. It's too dangerous to try to push a side lane because you have Pango and Grim. You also have a Tiny with Dagger. And the only option is to play safe in the triangle and maybe get the mid wave. And Omega is just dying, just making bad decision like DK just jumping randomly on the front of 4 heroes without any source of damage. I think Omega, it's on a rough situation right now.
I still find it remarkable that they have decent farm on their cores. I mean, the supports are a whole different story. It's actually LTH and Weege who are reasonably farmed for this stage. I mean, look at the Bane. He's 6-1 and 8. When do you see a Bane who is 6-1 and 8? And the Grimstroke is 6-1 and 10. What is going on? These two supports are doing absolutely everything.
They are the real carriers, bro. Shout out for all the supports of the chat.
This is insane. Combined, they have 12 kills. That's pretty cool.
The true carriers of the game.
There's not a big issue going on. I mean, I think currently in this game, especially with the pause at the start, we are getting close to about equal on game time towards pause time.
SA Dota, get used.
Of course, for the people at home, there should be also one more Division 1 game after this series. I'm quickly going to have to check. It will be Lava versus Infinity after the series, and Infinity are fighting against relegation, whereas Lava on paper still have a chance to make it towards Division 1, but they kind of hope that, well, Beast Coast does need to beat Faye against Thunder Awakened, so maybe one of those teams could, to make it towards Major, but maybe one of those teams could tuck it up slightly. But yeah, it gets a little bit dicey in Division 1 with Beast Coast and Thunder Awakened both being 5-0. Still wondering what they're going to do with Eastern Europe, considering there's no DPC. You know, like there's 2 more slots for the Major, 3, can't remember. So what's going to happen to those? Are they going to give it to other regions? Are they going to have like a super mega fast Eastern European DPC in a week where all the teams have to play 3 games a day? Which would also be kind of funny.
Would be really stressed for players. They do this on the international actually. They just put everyone to play 1 zillion games every day.
But they get paid a really decent amount for it, so, you know, you don't have to complain that much if you get paid. It's like 2 weeks of high-intensive gaming, and then it's a nice vacation of trying to find a new team because everyone's going to kick half their their organization anyway.
I don't know. I don't like too much putting everyone to play like 2 or 3 best of 2 on the same day. It's really stress for the players. But it's the way it is. It's the way we have things going on. And we have an pause. Pog.
Bring back best of 7 grand finals.
Oh my god, John.
That's what I want to see.
Oh my god. And Lamb just smashing his keyboard, please. Did you watch this clip?
There
was a best of 7 series, like it was DK against EG. I don't remember. It was a Chinese tournament. I think what's Lamb, when Lamb just win the game, he just destroyed his keyboard.
That sounds like a very LANM kind of thing to do. We just get quickly sniped out, so they finally find themselves a kill. Haha, KXY yoinks that illusion rune and dips away. But yeah, immediately after the pause, they find a kill on a pretty important hero. Normally you'd say a Bane 5, who cares? But no, he is very annoying for the Omega side of things.
On this stage of the game, every kill matters, so it's like, it's what they have. It's okay. But it's sad for Storm. He's never picking a rune in this game. I think the only rune that he managed to get was that arcane rune at the beginning of the game, that he just died on the second that he just get it.
Yeah, the zip that was very close, but just slightly still in the avalanche.
They are going for Juice again.
Namikaze tanks it though. Mingati, run! Run! No! Not again! Tossed back, no Fiend's Grip available. Namikaze, help your buddy out! Oh, that's a nice man to dodge Fiend's Grip onto two. Gets interrupted thanks to the Stone Gaze. Mingati still on the run, but the Avatos. Oh no! Just barely KXY gets stunned. Inkswell, Mingati slowed down with the defusal. Will be caught out by Hiko and will still find the kill. Make that 2. It was so close and yet so far, Rayuur.
Like, they just get insane dive it and the Hoodwink did not TP and Storm? Why? Hello guys, the carry is just dying. Help the carry. He's not having a good
Jamari
time.
is the carry, okay?
Oh, okay.
Like, he's the one that's gonna take up the mantle and knock at Chrono, hopefully. Oh, that's so gonna happen.
I don't know if he can make a miracle here.
All he needs is Ags, level 25.
Eggs, Lincoln's,
Shard.
Burson, 25, Shard, Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Lotus, BKB, another rune.
Oh, Avatos, run away. Jamari won't be able to grab that arcane rune because, yeah, as you said, it just gets scooped up in front of his face every single time. I actually have a question, Rayuur. What do you think of the Bloodstone this batch?
I think we already talked about it.
Really?
It's the new satanic for the.
Oh yeah, but
intelligence hero.
why doesn't it get any play? That's more my point. I don't see anyone except maybe very rarely Elesh pick it up. No one else. Not even though on paper it sounds like a good storm item.
Let the fight just started and we talk about it.
Well, there's the Chrono, catch 2, Jamari Storm is already dead, Dusa ulti gets used, they do find Ouija in return, but they are being completely spread out, no Dusa ulti, KXY tosses the Ogre on top of the
Just getting
Dusa,
wiped.
join them
Damage.
together, yeah, they're getting absolutely whacked.
They just get destroyed on the fight. What just happened?
Chrono, and then other stuff, but yeah, pretty much the moment that they lose Jamari, they kind of don't really have anything in the fight. Dusa pops ulti. Once the Dusa ulti is gone, they have nothing to fear.
Pango actually just soloed Dusa. He just rolled in and just got stun gazing on front of Dusa, and Dusa just get stunned for like 3 seconds. Then some gaze is over, the roll is over, and he just solo kills Dusa.
Oh, Jamari. Oh no! Oh no, he's not
No,
dead.
he's alive. He's okay.
Actually, they might get themselves the Bane kill. However, on the side comes KXY. Distraction play coming through. Weege did exactly what he had to. Fiend's Grip
Bane is
immediately.
alive?
Oh, Glimmers himself as well. The Fiend's Grip
Oh
onto
my God.
Lissex. Weege!
not dead.
Nightmare! Does eventually die, but still. God
Toss
mode.
back.
Oh no, they're just styling on them right now.
SG's just on the zone, destroying the game. Excellent gameplay by SG. Like, they are always together. The way they are playing the map is really smart. You have always Tiny with the green stroke, always doing plays together, and Void just farming the map and just showing up with Chrono most of the time. And every Chrono they get something. Like, on the beginning of the game, he just run middle, Chrono, and they get a tower. Now they just run into Russian, Chrono, and they get a Russian and 10k lead.
Mari top. Having a little
These
bit of
guys are not
Dickerfest with
joking.
Parker. Nah, they know that the last game of the regular season, at least, would be against Noping, and that's not really a game that you want to have everything banked on.
Yeah. You need to be careful. What should Omega do? Juice is so weak right now.
Manta Dragonlance 21 minutes in compared to Void, who is... Well, he's got Diffusal, Manta, and he's going for the Lincolns next. In the meantime, Lissax dies somewhere. I slightly missed that on the edge. The DK is actually, like, doing nothing. And that kind of... Like, there's that nice moment. DK is great in the lane. In this case, he got destroyed halfway during the laning stage. In the beginning. And then he's great in the early. And then he's great in the late. But then he's, like, very weak most of the time in the mid.
On the mid, he's decent if he's winning the game.
Yeah, but
the
that's with
fact-
most heroes.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you have a point. You have a point.
Like, if he's
the
behind,
problem
he does
with
less than most others.
Yeah, the problem with this game, particularly this game, is that he just got smashed on the lane, and he has absolutely zero heroes to kill someone with him. Like, Greenstroke doesn't have, Hoodwink doesn't have that damage to help him, and they can't kill anyone. They can't kill Void, they can't kill Tiny and Pongo. In Jmari, almost dead.
Oh, Eco with the skill shot. Got him. Ouch. Dark Demon, another interrupt. I mean, they're actually hitting everything the entire time. And also, this right here is the reason why I prefer Tiny way more as a mid laner than as a safe laner, because he is just so annoying when he runs at you.
Yeah, you also have Greenstroke to help him, so it's a lot of damage.
Yep, and this X.
They're just killing everyone on the map. Oh my god. Omega can't leave the base. They're just getting smashed.
Oh,
I think what Omega needs to try to do is pick up. Oh my god. Oh, it's okay. He needs to. They need to pick a fight as 5 and
going for the Tiny? Question mark?
He's just buying time.
Literally the only one you can't kill. Nice.
They need to fight under ward, and it has to be the perfect engage. Like, maybe Storm jumping on the backline and just insta-shotting a support, and somehow Void just turns off his monitor and miss a chrono.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't see a good situation. I think SG needs to make a lot of mistakes to Omega come back in the game. I don't have. They have a plan here, because you don't have the Axe on Storm right now. On Juza, it's weak. She doesn't have damage,
Radiant's
and
middle tower
DK is
under
DK.
DK is DK.
Hoodwink-
Yes, indeed, he is.
Hoodwink, you have the damage, but it's not a big deal to kill Tiny, who has 3k HP. They need a miracle almost.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is
But to be fair, Miracle just got relegated in the Western EU as well, so maybe Miracle wouldn't have been enough either. Sorry, very bad dad joke.
Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top.
It's okay.
Yeah, this, okay. So yeah, they need a
Lincoln's
miracle,
Void.
which they won't get. There's not a magical miracle in the bag. What except for miracle could be, like, of course they need the perfect engagement, but they kind of need to, like, split them apart, but they also don't, like, they only have the Storm together with the Hoodwink that probably have the damage to kill off anyone, and none of them can be where KXY is nearby.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage. Like, if they got the perfect engage, they don't have how to kill people. Like, if they manage to get a fight without Void and just kill support or core, they still need to be aware with the chrono when Void shows up. Hard game.
Dire's bottom
Really
tower
hard
is
game.
under attack.
And you also have the Grim Shard to deal with. That nice pop healing plus the spell. Oh, KXY!
Radiant's top tower.
You still have Lotus and Lincolns.
Radiant's top tower.
How the
Let's
hell
see.
did he know? He just blinked right on top of Jmari.
Jmar just showed up in the lane and he was missing.
Radiant's top
Yeah, but he still jumped the exact same spot. I mean, J-Mari did disengage barely, but still. Dark Demon, top lane. Trying to keep that split push shenanigan going. Won't be taken out. And J-Mari is actually going for the Ags, which could be a very big pickup.
I think silence would be... No, you have Lotus. I don't like Ags here. I don't think they have... Oh, Jimari. Okay, he's dead.
Actually would... I have to... I really would like the Ags though. Like they need some Hail Mary kind of item to turn it around. Especially considering... I mean, how does it work with Lincolns? Because Lincolns doesn't pop anymore, does it?
It does pop.
That's so weird. Considering it's an AoE drag at that point.
For my coffers.
But regardless, you know, you need some kind of miracle going on. And if you get a nice, like, AoE Electric Vortex on a Stone Gazing Dusa, maybe. With
Yeah,
a nice
5-man
hoodwink.
hero into Stun Gaze, into
5-man bushwhack. Yeah, yeah.
into Fireball.
DK.
This kind of stuff that happens all the time.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
They will find a Hiko. That's a 8-1-12 Pango. That is a lot of... Why does it go to the DK though? KXY, smoke is broken. This X is gonna get caught. And on the side, Namikaze will also be found out by Weege. It's actually weird pronouncing him Weege.
Why they just don't TP to the base? You just kill Pango, just TP back. It's dangerous outside, guys.
It's a scary world.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, it is. Oh, scan it, and immediately Jimhari's like, nope, 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 nope.
Pudding pop.
For my coffers.
Parker looking for an engagement. LTH is about to catch up to J-Mari and this X. He is building up the scythe, and he is getting it at a very decent timing. Soulbind double scythe is actually just nasty for 4th position support. Roche is up though.
They're just waiting the Scotty to go Russian and finish the game. No hurry.
Take their time. Don't want to make a mistake. Closing distances and the like. Look at how patiently J-Mari is as well. He's like placing down a static remnant. Is anyone going to peek his head? Don't want to die while they're in the meantime taking Roche on the complete opposite side of the map. So close to his Ags. So close.
So close, but so far.
OTP's coming in. There's also a blink on the Bane. Avalanche. Blink. Fiend's Grip. Bye-bye. Bye, J-Mari. The save coming out from Hoodwink. And he can get himself in the trees to try and TP out as well. Exactly what Dark Demon will try to do. However, he walks into vision because there is a observer ward there in the lane, giving just enough vision to know exactly where Dark Demon's headed.
KXY is just killing everyone inside of the trees. Oh my god. Every time I just see this Hoodwink, she's dead. KXY is just killing her every time. And Namikaze is dead too.
Oh, this is... He's got to get that character... Yeah, well, Namikaze dies, but who cares? The courier get himself the items needed for the Ags. One last hurrah. Hope that SG make a massive mistake. He's gonna go in for Hiko. Okay, Pangolier takes a lot of damage. However, this X in trouble. Dusa ulti being used. Mingati?
She thought she was going to get Chrono. Was a nice ult, but Void just not Chrono. Oh my god, the damage!
Oh, cutting the creeps as much as he can. But, oh, KXY toss back. Silence onto Mari. No! Nice ags that you still haven't used. Namikaze's going to be the next target.
You still have the chrono.
Yeah, Mingati is going to get rolled upon. Held at bay, and with that, it should be the Dusa dying. Parker, he actually gets knocked to the low ground thanks to the Rolling Thunder. Add insult to injury, no Dusa buyback available. It's just going to be Dark Demon and Lissex, and well, we've not really seen much coming out from the DK this game.
And you still have the chrono.
Radiant's middle tower's not feeling the love. Top tower has
Oh my god. What a performance from SG.
middle tower had a run-in with
Oh, the
XY,
toss back.
DK doesn't have his BKB yet. Another one.
Oh, the dodge.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
See that dodge?
I
Radiant's middle
did not,
barracks has
unfortunately.
fallen. Radiant's middle
He
barracks
just jumped the hoodwink and just dodged the bushwalk. Right in front of his hero.
ain't gonna be barracks for long.
I mean,
Okay,
right now it's
guys,
just
I-
style points.
Has fallen.
I think it's GG, guys.
Throwing a perfect
Let's be honest.
I believe he wants to use that Ags. Parker still has that chrono. Mari going for the Parker kill, but he also has an Aegis. He's in the meantime buying his stuff. He tried to buy his stuff there at the enemy's base. Oh, Parker. First life gone. Mingati's here. Does have his Stone Gaze.
Here comes a chrono.
Soulbind onto 2. Chrono onto 2. Zip comes in. Great Mari grab. Dusa, can he get his ulti off? There's going to be the
the
Fiend's Grip.
double grip.
And
Oh.
G to the G. No? There we go.
Okay.
That was a nice sip regardless. But yeah, they were just way too far behind.
Radiant agent is nothing but rubble. Dire take it all the way.
And they got stomped. There's no other way of saying it. They got stomped on the side of Omega.
Hard stop. As you knew what they are doing, just playing forward, just going in. I really like when teams play with this aggression. They just don't hold back, and they give no space to Omega think or breathe. Nice game for SG.
Grimstroke ended the game 13-1 and 20. That's a good position for gameplay coming out right there. But yeah, this honestly,